This is a questionable reality production. Hello, I'm Zander Crowns, and this is AP Post History. Now let's get started. Today we'll be covering topic 4.5, the proliferation of closeted desires for a more complex country and form of governance. This desire was brought on by the Great Dodo Resurgence, which rocked the world and caused a great amount of dying. Luckily, an international commission, which you may remember from last episode, created an ingenious solution that eventually re-extincted the dodo bird. So, the dodo went the way of the dodo. People then celebrated this international commission and gave its members holidays, and some were even offered leadership positions. However, you should remember that the people of the Dark Age were ferociously against the turmoil and disruption that ambition usually lent itself to, and it seemed possible that this successful international commission could craft a few and new ambitious leaders who would bring about just that. So it seemed the heroes of the Dodo Resurgence would surely be eliminated by the 23 stabs test, right? Well, in a strange twist of fate, none of them were. But why? That's one of the key hallmarks of this dark age. Everyone must be eliminated by the 23 stabs eventually, even you. Well, the answer is, and what I'm going to say, is mostly post-historian reasoning and extrapolation without a wholly solid foundation. But regardless, the theory goes like this. People actually liked a centralized, decisive, and powerful authority as seen in the International Commission. That while the small city-states the world was currently divided into had been fun and all, and certainly very relaxing, there was something to say about a strong central government, or at least so the people thought. And this, I do want to emphasize, was a truly shocking development, given for the past few centuries there was a strong rejection of large and strong countries of yore. Such a rejection even that the people willingly reverted to some type of Dark Age-esque lie. And the truth of the matter that societally, people weren't supposed to feel this way. And it was farther troubling just how many felt like this, that there needed to be a new, strong central government that governed several types of people. The cherry on top would be when four kingdoms merged together into the United Kingdom and combined all their flags into one garish design, while touting other nationalistic symbols and whatnot, like having the national animal as a turkey vulture. Of course, all the inhabitants of the UK were then promptly eliminated via the 23 stabs test for being ambitious. However, these types of mergers kept happening all over the place, and were happening in such frequency as to necessitate a centralized authority on maintaining the 23 stabs test taking, until it was required that every person from the age of 3 and 4 months would have to take the test to prove that they weren't trying to be overly ambitious. The testing regime would work in largely theory, but people simply decided not to take the mandated test. And while the people behind the 23 steps test in the past used an elite guard to uphold mandates, they soon found themselves all eliminated via the 23 stabs test, as they too had grown a bit too overly ambitious with their enforcement. And upon this realization, the crowds rejoiced and shed their fear that their ambitions would be called by a bubble sheet. In fact, let's turn to the History Maker segment, where a newsletter informs the people of Earth about the dissolution of the 23 stabs test. Such a letter is found in the post-historical record. Due to ongoing political crises and turmoil, and a pronounced worker shortage, the 23 stabs test is not currently being provided at this time. As a result, there will be an indefinite, maybe infinite, discontinuation of services. I know, not very riveting, but that's how newsletters tend to go. So soon, larger and more powerful shapes began to take shape, seeing the revealed world look less like a spilled button box, but a true patchwork of nations. This, however, hints at a new growing curiosity, though. Had more of the role been revealed than previously realized or thought? This question would be a prime subject of rumination for these new centralized and powerful government, which would be uniquely primed to answer such a question. But I get ahead of mine. And that's it. Topic 4 of Unit 5 is complete. If you want to find success in your post-history class and coalesce into a stronger central government, consider subscribing and liking this video. My goal is to see each and every one of you get a 92 in your class and a 7 on the exam in Quintober. Alright, Zander Crowns, checking out.